Well, welcome, Shabbat Shalom. We're thrilled that we can be together tonight to honor Rabbi Mary Beth Raskin as the 2024 recipient of the Sherwin T. Lifetime Achievement Award. To all of you attending from wherever you reside in the world of Mary's family and friends in Portland and other spots, members of the Cultural Synagogue, and Kol Shalom Humanistic Community, and members of the SHJ Board of Directors. This is indeed a special moment in time, one to which I have been looking forward to. Shabbat is a time of transition. We leave behind the worries and concerns of everyday life, and we focus ourselves on this special Shabbat experience. We, at this moment in this time, create an opportunity for community and for appreciation. So let us pause and take a deep breath and note all the beautiful people around us as we begin our celebration. Karen. You're on mute, Karen.
No, good. Okay. As the daylight disappears, we light these candles to bring light to this gathering. We participate in this ancient ritual and make our unique contribution to the traditions of the Jewish people, l'dor v'dor, from generation to generation. Baruch Haor Ba'olam, Baruch Haor Ba'adam, Baruch Haor Ba'Shabbat. Radiant is the light in the world. Radiant is the light within people. Radiant is the light of Shabbat.
We raise this cup of wine mindful of all it took for us to receive it. We appreciate the sun and the rain, gifts of nature. We value the efforts of our fellow human beings, aware of the human sacrifice involved to produce it. We know that the wine exists because of the luck of the right amount of each element of nature combined with human effort. We're thankful for the endeavors of all human beings working responsibly with the natural environment to bring forth this wine. Ohim ha'adama ha'shemesh v'hagashem asher yotzrim peri hagafen. We rejoice in the earth, the sun, and the rain, which produces the fruit of the vine.
Welcome, Paul.
Hi, everybody. The Sherwin T. Lifetime Achievement Award is presented annually to individuals who have, over the years, exemplified extraordinary dedication, devotion, adherence to, and activity in the Secular Humanistic Judaism movement and the philosophical doctrines enunciated by the movement's founder, Rabbi Sherwin T. The award, established by SHJ and past President Bert Steinberg of blessed memory in 2003, in honor of Wine's 75th birthday, represents Steinberg's heartfelt gratitude at finding a humanistic Jewish community that reflected his lifelong philosophy and unfulfilled need to become a bar mitzvah. Steinberg fulfilled his dream at the age of 72 under Wine's tutelage. And if I can, I just would like to take a quick moment to talk about Mary. First of all, congratulations, Mary. This is well deserved. I will just say, as a not type A personality, I don't see myself as type A. I often think about the stereotypes around leadership, right? And the kind of notion that you need to be type A to be a leader, kind of George Patton personality. And I'm always looking for the non-type A folks. I don't want to say type B. I don't think type B is a thing. The non-type A folks who find ways to nevertheless show very strong leadership. And I've been blessed, secularly blessed, that in my tenure at SHJ so far, we have had 3 presidents in a row that I would not describe as type A, and yet I think have shown amazing leadership. And Mary really exemplified this. And some of the things I think about when I think about her leadership is, first of all, leading with kindness and empathy and dignity, right? And intellect and optimism, which I've been reminded about most recently on work that she continues to do for SHJ, and willingness to consider all options and the feelings of everyone involved. And I think that it's a shame that the stereotype around who is a leader is often kind of big, bold, and blustery, and that's not what I want to be led by. And it was really an honor to learn from you about how to lead with that kind of dignity. I will say that, you know, Teddy Roosevelt was one of those giant leaders too, but he's famous for the quote about speaking softly and carrying a big stick. You didn't carry a big stick, but you did nevertheless have a strength and morality behind your soft-spokenness that, to me, was exactly the kind of leadership that we did need at SHJ, and that I think we continue to have. So thank you for establishing that for us in a lot of ways, and for the work that you continue to do for us.
So I'm actually next, and I wanted to thank our readers. With Mary is a group of people from Cultural Synagogue, and many of them read tonight. They were Karen Hyatt, Robert Rubenstein, and Sue Greenspan will follow me. And of course, you know Paul Golan, and this is my favorite program in SHJ. It's always just really makes me feel good that we can recognize the people who have dedicated themselves to our work in a special way. So I'm just going to give you a brief background on Mary's introduction to humanistic Judaism, and her very quick rise to leadership. In the middle of the 2000s, Mary, I think, was doing a job for in Toronto, Ontario. And I think it was Passover time. So Mary looked and said, well, I wonder who's doing something for Passover that would fit who I am. And believe it or not, Mary found Oraynu. People always say, we can never find you, but some people can find us. And Mary had dinner at Rabbi Eva Goldfinger's house that night, and that started her. And she found out that there was a community in Portland, so she joined that community. And by 2014, Mary finished the leadership program. She became a madricha, and she also became the representative from Kol Shalom to sit on our board. So by 2016, Mary was placed on the executive committee. So, okay, we'll give you 2 years and then we're putting you to work.
So I really was a type A.
Yeah, but you hide it. And then in 2020, Mary took on the presidency, and she took it on for 4 years. So from 2020 to 2024. Now, Mary probably is going to guess at the next story I'm going to tell, because it is my favorite story about how I got to know Mary. I was teaching a rabbinic course in life cycle, and there were 3 of us in the class, including me, Mary and Denise Handlarski. And we did meet in person, and we like to do a lot of role playing. So we kept trading off who's the rabbi, who are the participants. And when we got to a wedding, Denise was the rabbi, and Mary and I were the couple. And I can't fake much. I'm really bad at it. So for me, when Denise said, "Can you tell us why you love each other?" I couldn't make it up. So I just very clearly gave all the reasons why I love Mary. And I went and I go, I really do love Mary. I was in tears by the end of it. And it was a very special moment for me, and one that I will never forget. So um, I have this testimonial that we always write. And it's written in a formal way to tell all of us why Mary is an appropriate recipient for this award. And I'll just tell Sue in a few minutes, if you want to get the award over to Mary, that would be wonderful. So because Rabbi Mary Beth Raskin demonstrates a fierce loyalty and dedication to the future of humanistic Judaism and the movement, because Rabbi Mary has a thirst for knowledge and a passion for sharing it, because Mary volunteered to a second term of the SHJ presidency as SHJ was developing new leadership and she was completing rabbinical school. Because Rabbi Mary's clear, intelligent, calm, and dignified style of communication gently led us and leads us to making rational decisions. Because Rabbi Mary gets the job done efficiently and helpfully. Because Rabbi Mary will let her voice be heard if she disagrees with decisions that are being made. Because Mary's business decisions are fundamentally motivated by putting people first, even as she is fully aware of the important business issues that she is facing. Because she is skillful at setting boundaries and abiding by them. Because Rabbi Mary doesn't fetch, even when she has plenty to fetch about. Because her graciousness, good humor, gentleness, and empathy provide much needed support for those with whom she is working. Because Rabbi Mary closed each board meeting with a statement both wise and inspirational. We, the leaders and members of the Society for Humanistic Judaism, are thrilled to name Rabbi Mary Beth Raskin as the 2024 recipient of the Sherwin T. Lifetime Achievement Award. And Mary, if you'd like to show us all what that beautiful award looks like. Oh, nice. Like I haven't seen it before. But it was a good view. I want just like it. So anyways, Mary, I just really was excited to be able to do this, and we're going to hear from Mary a little bit later. I'd like to call upon Sue Greenspan, who's the president of Cultural Synagogue, to present Mary with a gift that we chose for her, and then say a few things on behalf of the congregation. This is the time when everybody goes, ooh, ah.
Can you unmute so we can hear your gasp?
So Mary, do you want to read? Oh, good. There is English in there. It's a Hebrew passage out of Exodus. That is Miriam.
Oh,
That is Miriam dancing, and Mary's Hebrew name is Miriam.
ah,
And if you can
ooh.
read can you read the English that's right under it?
Yes, leading the dance into the future. Okay, so here's what's so special about Miriam. After the Israelites left Egypt, crossed the river, and everybody came through, Miriam led everybody in dance with tambourines. And the thing to know is that in those ancient times, it was the women who led the song and dance and set the rhythm. So it's more than just Miriam, led the people in dancing. It was like, that's what women did. They set the rhythm. This is beautiful.
It
Oh my
really
God.
is. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Does Sue want to say anything?
And whoever said that Mary is not type A doesn't know the same Mary that I know. She is definitely type A. And we've known each other for about 6-7 years, and she taught adult education, and we loved her. We said, go start your own congregation. And she did. But we don't have a congregation. We have a loving community. And that's how we refer to it. We are all friends. We are spiritual, and she is a taskmaster. But we love her.
So
I'm on the phone with her for an hour and a half at a time.
So, Paul, I just carry a very small stick and hide it.
Not being type A was my code word for not being a jerk about it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate not being a jerk. Okay, so when I was thinking about tonight, I was thinking about what I love about humanistic Judaism, because that's really what has, inspired me. So I just wanted to mention a few things that I love about humanistic Judaism.
Do you want
One is humanistic Judaism honors all our ancestors. So my family, my parents' generation, half my family is Jewish and half is not. And of my generation, half are Jewish, half are not. And of my children's and my grandchildren. And so in my family, fully half are not Jewish. And they are the most wonderful people. And I love them dearly. And they make me who I am. And I love that our kind of Judaism honors and celebrates our family. And I love that. I also love our life cycle ceremonies that honor secular Jews. And those of you who do life cycle ceremonies understand how special it is when somebody comes to us at a really serious, momentous time in their life and they want a Judaism that recognizes and honors them. And I love being a part of that. I love, love, love our bar mitzvah ceremonies. It's amazing to me how brilliant our kids are. And I'm always in awe every single time I've been involved in a bar mitzvah. And then the last thing is, excuse me, that I tell you every single board meeting, and it's still true, that this board and the larger community and my own community are full of caring, energetic, generous, and fun people. And you continue to inspire me. So this award got me thinking about a quote that I have taped on the wall above my monitor. And I'm going to share it with you because I think it applies to all of you also. It's by Hilda Bernstein, who is a British-born activist against apartheid and for women's rights. And she lived from 2015 to 2006. And I got the quote, it was in an interview that someone did with her in 2006. Anyway, here's the quote. "The meaning of life is not a fact to be discovered, but a choice that you make about the way you live." And I want to thank all of you for making my life so meaningful.
Couldn't even find where I was.
Oh, good.
Um,
I'm done.
Here I am. I'm in that square. Paul has the music to Peace Be With You, which is sung best on Zoom with all of us, except Paul, on mute. So if I think
Yep.
everybody is muted. So
Here we go.
Thank you, Paul.
Peace be with you wherever you go. Peace be with you whatever you do. Peace be with you till we meet again. Peace be with you, my friend. Love be with you wherever you go. Love be with you whatever you do. Love be with you till we meet again. Love be with you, my friend. Join me with you wherever you go. Join me with you whatever you do. Join me with you till we meet again. Join me with you, my friend. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom.
Thanks, Paul. So, Ron, that song was written by a Unitarian Universalist minister from Illinois. Not the Shalom Aleichem part, but the other parts. So I wanted to, Mary, it's just such a thrill to be able to honor you. And I wanted to give people an opportunity to, some people put notes in the chat, but if they wanted to say something to you directly, just go ahead and talk. And if you want to leave, I am staying, so don't feel badly. Mary knows that you love her. And I'll stay for half an hour or so. And, by that time, Mary will be overwhelmed with love.
Some of you, I know I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. But we won't have the kind of time to talk like we do now.
No, it's true.
Hi, Richard.
Gosh, Mary, some of us had been hoping you would agree to be president for life, but that's an old joke by now. So I just want to say that Mary is one of the genuinely most kind people I've ever met in my life. And even when things aren't going that well and there are sources of frustration and annoyance, Mary remains soft spoken and focused. And it's one of the reasons I love humanistic Judaism and SHJ and Oramet is people are so warm and kind and smart. And you referred to that. I also want to salute your roots in Minnesota. And in relation to this idea of whether you're type A or not, there's such a thing as Minnesota nice. Well, Mary is, although some people make jokes about how Minnesota nice really means Minnesota passive aggressive. In Mary's case, it is thoroughly, entirely genuine. But I have to make a quick appeal to Paul. Paul, can you please help me persuade my wife that I am not type A?
You're not type A.
Thank you.
Maybe I have a really bad image of type A, but I said all three of our presidents since I've been at SHJ, I would not describe as type A.
Thank you for that.
So, Mary, I just want to warn you about one thing, that a Lifetime Achievement Award doesn't mean that you're done, because I got mine in 2006 and here I am. So
Yeah, I was going to say, just because it says lifetime on it doesn't mean that I'm done.
right, good.
But I wanted to comment on what Richard said. So both my parents are from Minnesota. My dad was from Twin Cities, and he was raised Jewish. His parents were from Ukraine and Lithuania. My mother's family, she grew up in southern Minnesota and was the daughter of Bohemians, freethinker Bohemians. So what I love about humanistic Judaism is, and she converted. So my first Jewish memory is their Jewish wedding. And when I joined humanistic Judaism, I researched her family and found that she came from a freethinker family. So humanistic Judaism is that's what my ancestors were. So I have the Jewish side and the freethinker side, and it all came together in me. And I love that about my family. So thank you, Richard.
Susan. Hi.
Oh, I'm so glad you got this award. And I'm so grateful that you do what you do. And Mary, what you do, and Paul, all the people who can be at meetings and do, I mean, I can't do it. I've tried. It's something so beyond my ability. There are other things I love to do, but I can't. And I know that this group wouldn't exist. And if this group didn't exist, I wouldn't be connected to Judaism in any way, because this was the only way I could be connected to Judaism. And it wouldn't exist without people like you who keep it going and go to all the meetings and call the people and get them to do what they need to do. And thank you so much. And I really love knowing you. And we haven't seen each other much the past few years, but I appreciate your friendship, and we have, hung out in Oregon and occasionally here. So congratulations, and you really deserve it. And I'm very grateful.
Thank you. So everyone, Susan and I were in rabbinic school together. So we spent many hours studying and writing and thinking and pondering. And yeah, I'm glad you're here, Susan. Thank you.
Yeah. Ron?
Yes, I'm excited. I just heard about this a couple days ago from Mary, that being the type A she is, she had to tell me. Although actually, I think I knew that 40 years ago. But anyway, she actually has been one of the few people that I've ever met that would almost make me feel like I should be Jewish. Not quite, but she's working on it forever. And as a good Unitarian, I can tell you that Mary, the things that she stands for and the people she cares about are the same people that we do. And we really are all just one. And I can't think of anybody who would deserve this any more than you, Mary. Thanks.
So my daughter's name is here. Atalia, can you show your screen?
This is
My daughter and granddaughter.
Congratulations, Mary.
Thank you. My granddaughter had her bat mitzvah last September with 4 other kids. It was really exciting.
Could I ask what was your project?
Safa, do you want to say?
Well, I wrote a speech about like values everyone has and like our people, how we're like connected.
She wrote a speech that talked about humanistic values, compared it to her other side, which is Belgian. So she compared her humanistic values and her Belgian values.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Now she's being shy.
Sheila.
So I want to say something not about Mary's type A or not personality, but I do want to say that when working with her on a project, there's a synergy that happens that enlivens the project, whatever it might be, with extra energy. She's one of those people who plans, thinks it through, executes it, shares ideas in such a way that there's more energy than what the two people are putting in. It blossoms, it grows, and to me, it's energizing. So I can't comment on Mary being a type A or not, but I do know that she knows how to get things done, and she knows how to push others along in the process so that they also get things done. And that is really appreciated because that's what we need in our movement. So thanks.
Leadership.
Thank you. Okay. I just want to mention Sheila and I took Madricha classes together. So we're fellow students. And this is Robert.
Hi, I want to go beyond the type A conversation for a bit. A also stands for actualized. And I do think of you, Mary, as a highly self-actualized woman. I know you've had multiple careers, you've done different things and been successful at all of them. Your style of leadership, when you helped me get my bar mitzvah, become bar mitzvah, only 60 years late.
It was really fun.
It was fun, and I felt that you offered me the essence of teaching and leadership. I felt like we were exploring together those aspects of Judaism that were meaningful for me. And I appreciate that so much. Finally, to be able to think of myself as a Jew, to feel at home in the Jewish community, with your help, with your leadership, with your ceremonials, has meant a great deal to me, and I love you very much.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, now I'm jealous.
Yeah, but I think we have the name for your book, Mary, Type Actualized.
Okay, I don't have a psychology background, so I've got to look that up afterwards.
Oh.
Well,
Abraham Maslow.
yeah, self-actualization comes right out of the heart of humanistic psychology.
It
So
does.
that's a very apt comment. Thank you.
Bill.
Well, I've known Mary for the last 4 years, and I've always found her to be just a very genuine and wonderful person who has given me one-on-one time when I've asked for it, despite going through some very problematic times in her own life, and I really appreciate that. Her leadership and integrity and professionalism are really three things that stand out to me when I think about Mary. And I feel privileged to call her not just an associate, but a friend. And I want to echo what Susan said about the importance of SHJ and how important I believe it is to the future of Judaism. And it's people like Mary that allow it to persist so that people like me and a lot of people here tonight are able to find it and are lucky enough to discover it and everything that comes with it. And it's people like Mary that allow it to persist into the future, where I am confident that future generations will be able to discover SHJ and be as lucky as we were as well.
Thanks, Bill. How do you respond to that, Mary? Marlene would like to say a few words or more.
Oh,
Well, you can. I was giving you permission. Or did you go? Oh, there you are.
I'm very glad that Bill said, commented on the people that we meet in SHJ. And it's echoing in my ears. It's really such a great part, isn't it? That every meeting, every subgroup, every local congregation, wherever you go, you're meeting such wonderful, interesting, intelligent people who also haven't like made up their minds. They're not just advocating for their long-term, long-held beliefs, but they're open to thinking and expanding their thinking with you together. And there are many opportunities for that in the rest of our lives. I don't think. It's just great that we don't think we have all the answers. We just are willing to do the journey of learning. And in terms of, so I've been on the board with Mary for many years. In terms of the comment about Mary being able to handle everything so calmly, I'm going to tell you a story about what happened this past week. I have to think way back to this. So, and the other people on our committee can laugh about this because we really had quite a disagreement going on in our sustainability of SHJ committee. And we had a report that was due today, and that's kind of hard to deal with. And I think really the couple of us who had a different opinion than Mary thought that she would just kind of politely cave to what we wanted to do. But instead, she just said, well, you know, we can politely disagree. And I said, well, I'll put it all together and send it to you. And she said, okay, then we'll work on it next. She just had such a graceful way of saying, we're not going to do what you guys want, but we want all of your input. And that was exactly the way to do it. So you're a very wise King Solomon, my friend. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. That is actually high praise given the past week.
That's where one of my statements came from, was your last week. Susan.
So I just wanted to say that I met Mary very early on when she showed up at SHJ. We were roommates for a long time. We went to the meetings, talked about a lot of stuff. I always knew that I could talk to Mary about anything, that she'd be a kind and sympathetic ear, that we could chat about our families. We could chat about humanistic Judaism. We just got along so well. And she's one of those people. I have met so many nice people in the years that I've been on the SHJ board, and I'm thinking that's something close to 14 years at this point. But I count Mary among the dearest. I am so pleased that you're being honored with this award, and I can't think of anybody more deserving. And you led us through some challenging times as the president. Goodness knows the last few years were challenging for everybody, but you did a great job getting us through it. And just with grace, with passion, with heart. And I am so pleased to call you my friend. Just love you so much. So I just wanted to say that.
Aaron.
Yes. So I've known you, I think it's been a few years now, having online since I joined the board. And then I got to meet you. I was in when we had the in-person board meeting, and I'm just, I feel very pleasured to be able to work with you on the board and gotten to know you. And when we met, I remember in last year during the in-person board meeting, that you actually said hi to me at the hotel before the meeting, which I thought was very nice, and felt very much, warm welcome there. And so, I just pleasure to be able to know you and to work on the board with you, and certainly look for more. Looking forward to more of that in the years to come.
Great, thank you. Just so you all know, when I started on the board, I think I was like one of two people from the West Coast. So I am like thrilled to see more people now from the West Coast. So thank you, Aaron. And Jeff.
Victoria.
Wait, I think Jeff is before me.
No, well, he doesn't have it. Oh, he does have his hand.
Okay.
How do you have a beige hand?
It's camouflaged, I think.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, so I first met Mary before she was a rabbi. She came to Seattle and led a Rosh Hashanah service. And I think I was arranged by Judy Gladstone. I wasn't involved in that stuff at that point. So it's really only been more recently that I've gotten to know you. And I have to say, I've enjoyed every conversation I've had with you. I find you very simpatico, and we align on a whole bunch of stuff. We're outliers in multiple ways, not just geographical. But now that we're getting more West Coast people, I guess we're less of outliers. But I also look forward to coming to Portland with the Jewish Comics Library and meeting your group. Have a little pop-up library and a Havdalah. I think that's going to be a really cool thing to do. So I'm looking forward to that. So
nice.
More of that kind of stuff. Thank you.
So Jeff and I both love graphic novels. And when I discovered he liked graphic, so I'm so thrilled he started this pop-up library. I have my own bookcase of graphic novels, and I love them, have loved them for many years. So it was really exciting to meet fellow traveler on that path.
Well, there goes your idea for tomorrow. Something other people didn't know so much about.
That was the next thing I was going to say, was that I just learned something new about Mary. I didn't know that you were a graphic novel fan. So
she wrote a really good paper about it.
Okay, so we're always learning new stuff. So I just really can only echo what everybody has said, but I think that that one of the things that's maybe underrated is just the tone that is set by Mary as a leader, continues as a leader, is really so valuable and goes so far in how we all work together, I think everybody under that kind of leadership feels more comfortable asking questions, telling the truth, expressing what they want to express. Because I think we have trust in Mary, that that we will be received with care, with respect. And it really has meant a lot to me, and I think to everybody else here would say the same, that your support and all, talking about all the work you've done and your dedication, which is amazing, but also just the enjoyment of spending time with you is really, just the whole, the whole package. And last night, my local community, if you don't know me, I'm in the Chicago area with Kol Hadash, and we had our board meeting. And so I was telling the group about this event this evening. So just what I said behind your back was that, we just have the utmost respect for you, all the work that you have done. And I said it at our last board meeting, I think that I see you as like a voice of reason. Like we can come to you with something, and we don't have to agree. That's not the bottom line, but it'll be dealt with in a reasonable, respectful way. And you're just so appreciated and deserving.
Thank you. And just so you all know, one of Victoria's colleagues from her community used to bring wine to our in-person board meetings. And after she left the board, that Victoria has carried on the tradition. So those of you, I think everybody here does come to the in-person board meeting. Thank you, Victoria, for carrying on that tradition.
It's truly my pleasure.
Mary, can you get the gift that we gave you so we can get a picture of you? We can spotlight you again. Except she left.
Me and the picture, or just hold the picture up?
You, and if everybody else in the room wants to gather around you, we can make a picture out of that. Spotlight. How do I do this, Paul? Can you make Mary spotlight? Yes, you can. Look.
Yes.
Is there a way to take it on Zoom, or do I have to take it with this? Probably have to take it with this.
I don't know. You can
Come
also
on, you tech people.
do a screenshot.
You want to do a screen? Yeah.
Okay, where do I do that?
I'll do it, but Mary, this time you have to smile also. All right, got it. Thank you.
That's
Does anybody else have anything else they want to say to Mary?
I do, but I'd like to see somebody else go before me since I spoke already.
Well, you may be the last word.
Oh gosh.
You know how much you love that.
Well, pressure. Oh gosh. Well, anyway, it occurred to me a couple of minutes ago that one of the things we're doing in our comments here is we're defining something that will carry on for long after we're gone, called the Mary Raskin effect. And the Mary Raskin effect consists of, I'll just select a few things, the ability to push people without making them feel they're being pushed, the ability to stay calm when others around you aren't necessarily being so calm, the ability to deal with disagreement in a calm and reasoned way, the ability to help the ability to be a role model for how to be calm for others. And, so the Mary Raskin effect, long may it live.
I love it.
Thank you.
Mary, can we have your comments for not the magazine issue that was supposed to be out last month, but the winter one?
What I said tonight?
Yeah.
I will send them to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom. I have to go. They're coming to dinner. It's West Coast.
I just want to thank everybody for coming and honoring Mary the way she deserves to be honored. And I'll see many of you tomorrow at 9, 11, 10, or noon, depending on where you live. And look forward to it. Thanks so much, everyone.
Shabbat
Thank you,
shalom.
everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
See you tomorrow.
Mazel tov again, Mary.
Thank
Mazel
you.
tov.
Mwah.
Yay.
See you guys tomorrow.